Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome to the Retro Wrestling Review Series, Season 4, Episode 8. This is going to be the season finale, and I know I didn't necessarily finish the Royal Rumble Review Series. I do apologize for that. What happened was I started the show, I started doing the series really late because I slacked off. I was sleeping in all the time, and I just kind of slacked off on it. I also was kind of spending time with my family. I ended up hanging out with one of my best friends, and I just kind of went into like a limbo a little bit in January. I didn't mean for that to happen. It just kind of happened, so I apologize for it. So what I've decided to do is just end the series, end the season tonight, not the series, and I'm gonna try this again at a different time, either next year or at the end. When the Royal Rumble comes around again next year. So, I hope I can do it next year, but we'll have to wait and see. So I've decided in the season finale, I'm just going to do my preview and predictions for the 2017 Royal Rumble. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. And I'm just going to get started. So, how I'm going to work this is I'm going to just kind of sit here and give you my preview and predictions. I will go over the storyline of the match in great detail, and I'll talk about, the build up to the show. So obviously everybody knows, so let me kind of do that. So obviously everybody knows that the Royal Rumble is the road to WrestleMania. Every year whoever wins the Royal Rumble ends up going off and competing for the championship at WrestleMania, and that's what we have in the case right here. So, it makes me look forward to the Royal Rumble every year. It's one of my favorite pay-per-views, and I think this is going to be a really I think this is going to be a fantastic show. I'm really looking forward to it, and we have a lot of matches announced, and they all have build behind them, whether that's good or bad. And I'm just looking forward to the Royal Rumble. Tomorrow night, because it's 11:31. It's probably going to be Sunday by the time we get this uploaded. So let's talk about the stuff that's going to be on here. So obviously we have the show that you can get this show via the WWE Network if you're a subscriber. I don't know if you can get it on pay-per-view. I'm assuming you can, but as long as you subscribe to the network, it's only $9.99 a month. Please do it, because I hate hearing them say that every month. And if you're not a subscriber, why don't you subscribe? Because then you can watch the show for free. You can watch this show. You can watch and you can watch the Elimination Chamber for free. So that's 2 pay-per-views you can watch for free right there. Why wouldn't you do it? It'd just be nice to see the network succeed. So we have the kickoff time though, because the show is originally going to start at 7 o'clock and it's going to go for a while. But we have a 2-hour kickoff show. It's going to be that's going to start at 5 o'clock, and it's going to go on. And we have a lot of stuff announced that's announced to be on that kickoff show. We're going to have an appearance by Jerry the King Lawler. Jerry the King Lawler recently hasn't been appearing much on WWE television. The last time we saw him was when he got his head kicked off by Dolph Ziggler. And, he's going to be calling, he's going to be on the panel, he's going to be on commentary calling the Rumble. It's going to be nice to see him on commentary again. I actually am looking forward to that, because it's kind of weird watching wrestling and not hearing him on commentary in a way, because he's just so old school. And we're also going to have an appearance by Shawn Michaels, which makes sense because the show is in San Antonio, pretty much Shawn Michaels' hometown. And it's going to be interesting to see what Shawn Michaels is going to do. I expect something to happen with Shawn Michaels, so I can't wait to see what happens there. We have 2 matches that are going to happen on the kickoff. Actually, 3 matches, I'm sorry, that are going to happen on the kickoff. And this is also why I'm also looking forward to the show. This is the first Royal Rumble post-brand split. And we're going to have a very interesting Royal Rumble this year, I think, because of the brand split. So we're going to wait and see what happens. But let me kind of talk about the Rumble. We have the kickoff match. It's going to be Sasha Banks versus Nia Jax. This match I'm really not looking forward to all that much. This feud started off when after Sasha Banks had lost the Iron Woman match with Charlotte Flair at Roadblock end of the line, and Nia Jax had come out and attacked her right afterwards, completely took her out. And she wants to do this because she wants to prove that Sasha Banks isn't the boss of NXT and that she's the real boss around here and she's just a beast. And it pretty much has been happening where Nia Jax has been laying her out week in, week out. She, when Sasha Banks was doing her evaluation to see if she could come back, Nia Jax took her out again. And then they had the whole thing where Sasha Banks screwed Nia Jax over in a #1 contenders match. So now it led to this match here. And I'm really not looking forward to it all that much. I actually have my picks on Facebook, so let me just kind of reference those. Make sure I don't get them wrong. And I'm going to predict that Nia Jax is going to win. The reason why I'm predicting Nia Jax, it's not that I want her to win by any stretch of the imagination because I think she's awful. I think she's gonna win because they're gonna use the knee injury as an angle with her and Sasha Banks, and I think she's gonna win the first match, which I don't want her to, but it's gonna happen. Then we have the other kickoff match. It's a WWE Raw Tag Team Championship match. WWE Raw Tag Team Champions Cesaro and Sheamus versus Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, where there's going to be 2 referees assigned for this match. The reason behind this match is because back in October, Cesaro and Sheamus had competed in a best of 7 series, but nobody won, and this was going to determine who was the dominant superior, and the winner was going to get a championship match of their choosing. But none of them won, so Mick Foley, who was the Raw general manager, decided to put them in as a tag team, and they were going to dethrone the New Day, which consists of Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston, and Big E, together as a team. So we're going to beat them for the tag team titles. They kept not being able to get along. And then eventually they finally did get along. At a roadblock end of the line, they finally ended the New Day's record-breaking tag team title reign. And then they've been Cesaro. Carl Anderson was able to knock off Cesaro in a one-on-one match, and Sheamus was able to knock off Luke Gallows the next week. And then they got the Raw Tag Team title match, and it looked like Gallows and Anderson had won, but then they did the dusty finish where the referee got laid out, so it was a disqualification, so it didn't count. So then it led to Gallows beating Cesaro on Raw due to shenanigans. So then they had decided, since there's been a constant interference, that there's going to be 2 referees assigned for this match, which I think is a dumb concept, but whatever. And as of who I think is going to win, I think that Cesaro and Sheamus are going to keep the Raw Tag Team Championships just because of the fact that they just broke the New Day's record not that long ago. I think they're going to hold the titles going into WrestleMania. So I'm going to say that Cesaro and Sheamus are going to retain. And then we have the last match on the kickoff. It's going to be a 6-woman tag team match. This is a SmackDown match. Alexa Bliss, who is the SmackDown Women's Champion, Alexa Bliss, Natalya, and Mickie James versus Naomi, Nikki Bella, and Becky Lynch. So this has all happened because there's a ton of feuds going on. Becky Lynch and Alexa Bliss were feuding over the SmackDown Women's Championship. Becky Lynch had retained it in Glasgow in November, and then in December, Alexa Bliss had beaten Becky Lynch at tables, ladders, and chairs in a tables match for the title. And then during all this, Nikki Bella and Natalya have been feuding because Nikki Bella was attacked at Survivor Series by some unknown person. We thought it was Carmella, but then we found out that Carmella revealed that it was Natalya. So we found Natalya at first doesn't say she did it, but then she says she does it, and they've been taking jabs at each other about how they're using other things to get success. I think it's been really good. And then during this, Alexa Bliss and Becky Lynch have been continuing their feud, and Becky Lynch had pretended to be La Luchadora and had defeated Alexa Bliss in a matchup, and then eventually Alexa Bliss was defending the SmackDown Women's title against Becky Lynch, and Alexa Bliss won because of La Luchadora. So Becky Lynch wanted to get her hands on her, and she ended up making La Luchador tap out, but then it ended up being Alexa Bliss. So then it led to the SmackDown Women's Championship Steel Cage match, where we found out La Luchador, who had screwed Becky Lynch again, was revealed to be Mickie James. And this was Mickie James' big return to WWE. We hadn't seen Mickie James in WWE in 7 years. And, she said she did it because everybody forgets the stuff that she did in the women's revolution, in the women's division. And they have the whole alliance going on with Alexa Bliss. I think it's been great. And I am going to predict in this match. And Naomi's in this match because they did an angle on SmackDown where she's been off TV and irrelevant. And I think she's in this match just because they need another baby face. So, if I'm going to pick a winner, I'm going to say that the team of Alexa Bliss, Natalya, and Mickie James are going to win because it's Mickie James' return match. So I don't see her losing her return match. I think the heels are going to get a big victory here. So I think that's going to be happening. But I've been really enjoying all these women feuds here. And then we have next, it's a Cruiserweight Championship match. Cruiserweight Champion Rich Swann versus Neville. This feud's happening because Rich Swann had won on the first episode of 205 Live, had won the Cruiserweight Championship, and he was defending it at Roadblock in the line against T.J. Perkins and the Brian Kendrick. And Neville, after he won the match, Neville had returned, and Neville was always the fun-loving guy, but then Neville turned heel, beat the crap out of Rich Swann, and he said he did it because everybody only cheered for him when he was vulnerable. He didn't feel like he was used to his potentials. Everybody always makes fun of the way he looks, so he wanted to take it out on Rich Swann. And they also have had a history in Japan together. Neville's just been laying out Rich Swann, attacking him. He's even beating him in a matchup, in a non-title matchup. So Rich Swann wanted to finally do something about it, and he wanted this Cruiserweight title match, and Neville granted him the match. I actually can't wait to see this match. I'm looking forward to it. It's got a lot of story behind it. And if I had to say the winner, I'm going to say that Neville's going to win because he has like a new aggressive attitude as of late. I'm really enjoying it. And I think you need to validate his heel turn by having him become the new Cruiserweight champion. And I think that would do a lot for the division if he did, because having him in the division's huge, and having him be the champion, I think it's going to be even huger. And then we have a Raw Women's Championship match. Raw Women's Champion Charlotte Flair versus Bayley. This feud goes back down to their time in NXT and having all their matches together. And then they were part of the Four Horsewomen with Sasha and Becky. And then it led them to being brought up to the main roster. And then they finally, Bayley's knocked off Charlotte Flair on a couple of occasions. Charlotte's undefeated on pay-per-views, so you kind of can see where the feud is. They're using the whole feud too, where Bayley's this huge wrestling fan, this huge underdog babyface. And that's who's going to win. I'm going to say that Charlotte Flair is going to win this match just because of the fact that you have Charlotte Flair, who has that undefeated pay-per-view record. I don't think she's going to lose just yet. And then we have a no disqualification match with Chris Jericho suspended above the ring from a shark cage for the Universal Championship. Universal Champion Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns. The feud is pretty much that Chris Jericho interfered and screwed Roman Reigns out of the title at Roadblock, and Mick Foley wanted to put Jericho in a shark cage because he wants to see if because he wants to keep Jericho from interfering, and this is going to be the way to do it. And it led to Roman Reigns defending his title a lot, and it led to Jericho and Owens finally beating him in a 2-on-1 handicap match where Jericho becoming the new champion, and Roman Reigns trapping Owens in the shark cage and beating the crap out of Jericho. Not really the best feud, but whatever. I'm going to say that Owens is going to retain the title just because I want to see him go into WrestleMania as champion, and I think he's still going to find a way to win because of this no DQ stip, and since Reigns stood tall on Raw, I'm hoping that Owens goes over here. Then we have the WWE Championship match. WWE Champion AJ Styles versus John Cena. This feud goes back months to the night that Cena returned the first time when he returned in May 2016 on Memorial Day. And AJ Styles and him had that first in-ring segment together, and Styles had turned heel. Styles beat him at Money in the Bank. Then he beat him clean at SummerSlam, which was awesome. And then he won the WWE title from Dean Ambrose. Beat Cena and Ambrose in a triple threat match. Just Styles has been on a roll. I can't believe he debuted a year ago and he's walking into this match as WWE champion. And Cena's been gone off TV doing things like Saturday Night Live, doing big movie stuff, and nobody thinks he has the passion for WWE anymore. So this is kind of like Cena's moment where he has to prove something, and Styles' moment that he wants to prove that he can still beat John Cena. And unfortunately, I'm going to pick John Cena to win the championship. I don't want to see him win the championship. I'd like to see Styles win, but I think Cena's going to win the title because of the way he's being pushed. So then we have the Rumble match. The participants are going to be Goldberg, Brock Lesnar, Undertaker, Big Show, Dean Ambrose, The Miz, Sami Zayn, Dolph Ziggler, Big E, Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston, Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton, Luke Harper, Mojo Rawley, Braun Strowman, Chris Jericho, Baron Corbin, Cesaro, Sheamus, Big Cass, Rusev. And I predict that the winners are going to be Undertaker or Chris Jericho. Undertaker because I'm the mark for The Undertaker, and I really want to see Undertaker versus Cena. I think they should do it this year. I don't care what the rumors say. I'd like to see him do it, and I want to see it happen for the WWE title if they do it, because that match would be huge. And then I want to see Chris Jericho win because it validates that feud between him and Kevin Owens. And I think having Jericho win the Rumble is an easy setup for that feud, and they've been kind of teasing it, so I think Jericho should win the Rumble. So yeah, I'll repeat my picks. I'm sorry I kind of breezed through this. I didn't really want to sit down and talk. I've been kind of making videos non-stop. I kind of want to watch NXT too. So I predict that Cesaro and Sheamus are going to retain their Raw Tag Team titles. Nia Jax is going to beat Sasha Banks. Team Mickey is going to beat Team Becky. Neville's going to become the new Cruiserweight Champion. Charlotte's going to retain a Raw Women's Championship. Kevin Owens is going to retain his Universal Championship. Fortunately, John Cena is becoming the new WWE Champion. And I'm predicting Undertaker or Chris Jericho to win the Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble, though, I think is a little bit unpredictable. You don't know who's going to win the match. So I can't wait to see the Rumble this year. But overall, that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed this season. Sorry it didn't really go as well as I planned. But that's pretty much it, guys. Talk to you later. Subscribe to all the channels and everything.